Here we go, 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 go. All right, let's look at how we do a working drawing. We've got Flynn here, so you can zoom in and out on the wheel, but head up to Model, and you're looking for Drawing. I'll slow it down so you can follow the steps. Look for From Design. Be patient. Fusion is slow. Just relax. All right, so we're creating a new drawing from scratch using ISO standards. Everything's in millimeters. For the senior folios, pick A3, but for the junior 7 and 8 folios, pick A4. So this one is going to be for A4. Press OK. Patiently wait. You might want to tell a joke if you know a good one. I'm not much of a joke teller, so I'll just wait patiently. Maybe you've asked the person next to you for a little joke. You're still waiting patiently. Wait for the stop thing to turn. Just patience, patience. Okay, now we're good. What you're seeing is an A4 sheet of paper. So what you want to do is get rid of the massive text block that's in there. So instead of placing your base view, just press Escape and then click on your text box and press Delete. Now you've got your full A4 sheet of paper. You need to go back to your base view. So every drawing starts with a base view, and remember to follow the exact layout of an orthogonal drawing. Make sure that everything's in the right spot. So we're going to base view. Now you've got a few options along the side. Probably for this one, the main one is to get the scale right. If you look at that, we could definitely make it bigger, right? So instead of 1:2 or half the size, let's try 1:1. I reckon that's good. So if you press there, that'll place your base view. All right. You want to go here and just check and see that your front is correct, and then what style you want. Do you want just visible edges? Do you want to have hidden edges as well? Shaded or shaded with hidden? Let's just go visible edges, please. Oh, nah. Let's go that one. Press OK. Okay. Let's get the rest of our base views before we add in any text or anything. I should say projected view. We've got our base view. Now we want to project our top view and side view from that main base view. So pick projected view, select parent view. That's the main view that you're working from. So I want to work from that view, and you can see straight away I get my top view. If I go down and across, I get my side view. Where you place it is up to you. Just think about your page layout. You've got there, coming across, and there. Okay. You can see it also does give you your isometric view. It probably doesn't look the exact way I want it, so I'm going to save that last view, and I'll show you how to do that next. So at this point, you can just press Enter, and that places your views. One thing I want you to notice is when I looked at the view before up in here and I went, do I want visible edges? Do I want hidden edges? All those lines there, those little dashes, they're the non-visible edges of my lettering. So depending on which one of those views you created or selected, depends whether it's got all those little lines in there. Okay. Now let's look at placing this last isometric view. It's going to be a new base view. And that way you've got control over size, whether it's shaded, which isometric angle you want for it. Your orientation, northeast, in there, right? Try to make your isometric view as big as you can within the space you've got, just so that you can see a really nice isometric shaded view. So I'm going to try to make it 1:1? Could I make it even bigger? So 1.5:1. That might just be sort of the max that we go. Okay, so if I click it, it places it. The next thing I want to look at is what sort of, shading do I want, visible, invisible. I'll just go fully shaded. It hasn't really previewed it yet, so let's see what it's like. Press OK. Beautiful. You've got all your 4 views. Next thing I want you to do is look at the text that's in there. Let's do the bottom title block first. So specify my first corner just there, and my title block is going to come across like that. Start with your name, and then come across your year level and the subject. Come across a bit further, name of the project. So we're going to call this Flynn tag, and then the date it was created. So today's date for history is March 10th, 2017. All right. You can change the height and the boldness and all that sort of stuff depending on the style. Generally, orthogonal drawings are very, very basic, and it's about having technical information from it. So I'm just going to press close. New text. And front view. Now look for the shortcut. So next to text, there's a T. So that can give you the shortcut. So if you just press T, it gives you the shortcut for it. And you can pop it in there. That's your side view. Oh, something happened. And that's your top view. Now you can always move the views if they're not in the right spot. Try to keep them so that they line up, that view with that view, and on the same plane. So we just bring that, and we might bring it over to there. Okay, that will give you all your views labeled. The next thing you want to look at are your dimensions. Okay, now it's not about dimensioning everything. It's about dimensioning the key bits and making sure that you've got enough detail. So I want to know how long that is. I want to know how high it is. I want to know how thick that is. Now, some of the other things, you might want to add a note about what sort of font you used. You can put in a height in for the font as well, if you like. It gets a bit tricky. You saw that one went off on the angle. So if you press escape, it'll undo that. If you want to zoom in so that you can get those dots better, and then go back to your dimension. Again, you want to try using D for a shortcut. Let's try from that point to that point, and we'll bring it out to that side. You can then zoom out. Some other things that you might want to do on this particular one, diameter of that hole, got that there, and the radius of my round that I've got there. Okay. Zooming out, have a look. If you press the roll bar, you can pan. So from there, other things you might want to do is just maybe put a note in about what style font you used. So that can just be here, and just find a nice empty space for it. It's saying select edge, so maybe press escape, and then let's go back into text. That's better. Note font is Calibri, and you can even say, you know, size 10 or whatever it is. Probably in this case it would be a bit bigger, so size 25. In here, your notes, you just want to make them nice and small. So let's try 2. If you need to edit it, if you right click, edit view, select view, maybe that didn't work, press escape and double click in it. Okay. Highlight it now, go to 2 mil. Close. Depending on whether you think it's big enough, you might want to go back in and just go, okay, well, let's turn that to 2.5. Remember, this is a technical drawing, so it's not really trying to add in lots of style, lots of fancy stuff. It's actually about it being information across. Okay, that note is about the front view, so I reckon put it next to the front view. From that point, you might look at, well, what other measurements are we missing? If you've got all your measurements, think about, are they nice and easy to read? Off to the side, can you still see the actual drawing really well? I think we're done. Press your save. Get ready to tell a joke. Be patient. Save. And then the last thing you want to do is output to PDF. Okay? All sheets. We're going to open it to see how beautiful it looks. And let's do that. Thin tag, pop it on the desktop. Beautiful. Now you can easily print that out. Standard sheet is your A4. You can enlarge it to A3, whatever you like. You can upload that PDF onto the internet under the do work. At this stage, it's finished and complete. So hopefully you've enjoyed my first video. Cheerio.